So after the assassination attempt on Peter Obi's life and some other ex-governors, an individual that was present when that happened has come out to say
what exactly happened.
Okay.
what exactly happened.
Typical of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, when he goes to any state, he does this humanitarian program on a continuous basis. And
Okay.
there was a program in the School of Nursing, St. Philomena, in number 23, Down Street in Benin. After his first visit, he promised that he was going to come back again. So he visited. Rousing reception, happiness, you can feel the energy when people receive him. So while we're done with that, he presented them with a check of 15 million naira as kind of his donation. It's a continuous donation he's done because they're building a kind of a structure for training of the student. So we're done with that. So we now moved to Chief Oyegun's house to greet him and then probably let him know that we are in town. So at that point, we discussed what the next program was going to be and everything. From there, we now moved straight to the venue of the event. At that venue, rousing reception again. Beautiful. You know, when Peter Obi goes to Benin, it's an energy-making event. People in Benin love his personality. While we were there, information reached us that problems are heading towards us. This is a 3-story building, 2 to 3-story building. So we hurriedly now concluded the program successfully. There was no any issue. But immediately we left, 5 minutes later, the secretariat was under siege. People were being attacked, shot at, and everything. You could see the footage and everywhere, scattered. So I was wondering, had it been that we were at that venue when they came, the whole hall was filled to the brim, about almost 1,000 persons in that hall. And 3-story building. You can imagine the pandemonium that would have happened. People would have been jumping everywhere. But we escaped that, and we got back to Chief Oyegun's house. In Chief Oyegun's house is the GRA in Benin, where you expect that there will be heavy security and all. Unknowingly to us, while we are finishing our discussion, we are heading out. That was when we heard the gunshot. I thought it was a joke. We just heard one, then pa pa pa, then it was pa 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 pa. The shooting went sporadically like that. Our security now responded. That was how they zoomed up and ran away. It's clear to me that it was just an attempt was assassination because there were 3 governors, former governors, including Mr. Peter Obi himself. Oyegun was the former governor of Edo State. Professor Sumbo was, and then Peter Obi. So you expected that the security apparatus should have been up and running to protect life and property as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But they didn't.
But wait, so the first attack was in the Secretariat?
Yes, it was in the Secretariat.
It wasn't just one?
No, it wasn't one, it's 2.
Secretariat and then the residents?
They followed us down to his house, in Oyegun's house.
I'm sure they got
It was in Oyegun's house that you saw all those gates and everything that had been shot. And then you saw the destruction of the cars. They followed us to Chief Oyegun's house.
But I thought, the team usually move in this convoy. So the security attachment didn't pick up any trace or trailings whatsoever?
Remember I said 5 minutes after we've left the secretariat.
Yeah.
We've left and we're already in the house before they came. It wasn't as if they followed us immediately where we were going. So we are already seated. We've already had our discussion. We are heading out to come to the airport. That was when we had the shooting. So somebody must have been monitoring our movement.
Yeah, but you said that someone whispered that some armed thugs were on their way to the venue, so you hurried the program.
Yes.
I want to imagine that whenever it is that His Excellency visits any state, at least he will have either some personal security, or that even the former governors whom he visited, or who were also in that gathering, will still have some details.
Sure.
Was there any preparation was there any information given to those security detail? Because I don't know who informed you. I want to imagine that they are the ones, and that they too should have, been on the alert that anything untoward could happen, given what they already saw, what they already heard was coming.
And I think that was why we were able to escape it. Because if we are not informed them or they are not aware, we will have unknowingly still remain in the
Still there,
secretariat,
stay there.
and the attack would have met us in that place.
Yes, but then we went to Chief Oyegun's house.
Yes.
And then it didn't seem like... So it's unclear if there was a shootout or if it was just an attack. If you understand what I mean.
No, it was an attack, because after we've left, we are already seated in the house.
Don't hear me wrong. What I'm
Okay.
saying is you were seated in the house.
Yes.
You said you're already about coming out.
Yes.
But I'm saying that when the security men should have been on the lookout.
Yes.
Just in case those people too
Were
decided
coming.
to, yeah.
Exactly. That
repel
was
them.
why they were able to like challenge them, because if they were not on alert, the
So that means the security
possibility is that they may even have
inside
attempted
the
coming
house.
into the compound.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
So, but then they were outside.
They were outside.
They were outside.
They were able to repel them.
Yeah, that was why.
So there was a shootout.
Yes, because they did repel. That was why they were able to run away.
Okay. Well, this is where we are now. This is some people say a clear-cut case of witch cried, and then the baby was dead in the morning. Last year we saw. You said His Excellency went to the School of Nursing.
That's right,
St.
St.
Philomena. And I think it was there last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And I think it was that visit that also caused a bit of controversy with the Edo State governor, who said, just saw that in the report, but sometime in July last year, who said that the ex-governor should not visit Edo State without letting him know. I'm just a little curious though. Did he actually know on this one?
I don't think that the governor is well schooled in the act of governance, because if he was, he would have known that he is a governor. He's not an opposition. He's a governor. He governs all and provides security for all concerned.
Even though he's in the opposition party.
Yes, that's how it is. That's what
That's how it
governance
works.
is all about. Because you are supposed to govern the good, the bad, the ugly, and then those who are even in opposition. That is your duty. So you want to know that if the governor is asking, somebody must inform him before. I wonder how many of his table will have been filled with a lot of requests. Because people like me, or unknown person like you, want to go into a those table have applied. So the governor, I'm coming into your states.
Yeah, but I mean, we also saw a scenario in in Benue State?
Yes.
Where such a similar situation came up with the current governor,
Yes.
Governor Hyacinth,
Yes.
who I think he issued some sort of statement saying that he will not be responsible for security, and then His Excellency cried out that look, this particular statement was not just made willy-nilly; it was actually targeting him. That he had told the governor that he was going to come to Benue State and would not just want to come, he would also like to, visit IDP camps. And
Yes.
I think, the governor did not seem quite pleased with that. So, when Mr. Obi was explaining the situation, he said he would normally, when he's going into a state, he would normally let the governor know and, courtesy call, etc., before he goes to where he's really going to. That's what he said his modus operandi is.
Yes.
Was that modus operandi
Follow through. Yes, because at the same time, even the three governors, or the other two governors who are residents of that particular state, did the same thing. But the truth about it is that people see His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi as somebody who is coming in to take food out of their mouth. Let me use that word.
Exactly.
In terms of his popularity and the kind of person that he is.
That's
So they feel very, very uncomfortable. Because definitely the moment he comes into the state, a lot of people comes around him. I said one thing, that if Peter Obi accorded a stone, if that stone can turn into a human being, they will embrace him. That's how it's been. He's lucky chap, because he's been loved by a lot of people. So they feel very uncomfortable. That is where the court is. They forget that they are supposed to govern. They are supposed to even protect him so that nothing bad happens to him. But in terms of saying that probably somebody coming into your state and he has to inform you, he's done that. He's done that.
So he told the governor.
All of these particular people around the governor of Oyego and all of them do due diligence. We are going to visit Edo State under the invitation of Lumide Akpata, who was the MBA chairman, a law-abiding citizen, who knows all the rudiment of law and all. You should have expected that we have done due diligence.
But as at the time you were leaving the secretariat, you already finished everything. You had inkling that something was going to happen, so you left and went back to the residence.
Yes.
Did you see a need in between that point to notify police?
We have security apparatus with us who would already formally inform them exactly what's happening. They were the ones that even helped, because honestly, we would have remained in that secretariat not knowing that there was an assault on us. It was a direct assault, and for me, it's clearly indication of assassination, because they have laid the mark. Remember in 2023, Our people were attacked. What I mean by our people, Labour Party members who were Labour Party at that time in Lagos were attacked. Some were being killed. Recently, on the 21st of this month, our agent in Guagua was killed, stabbed in the chest.
But I mean, the governor said the other day that he has it on good authority that ADC members are promoting cultism. So that was just before they arrived in the state, and people thought, wait a minute, if that was the case, it means something was going to happen. But that's on the one hand.
But Chamberlain, the question is, whose duty is to protect the citizen? If there are cultists in your state, it is the governor's duty to arrest them and get them prosecuted.
So the last time we visited,
Yes.
as Michael highlighted, you had a bit of skirmish.
Yes.
And so, because if you look at the figures, yes, the Labour Party won the presidential election
Landslide.
in the state with 56.97%. So clearly with the margin for the APC counterpart who won 24.85% in that last elections for that Edo government presidential elections. So the margin is there. It means that, look, yes, you may have your supporters, and chances are that if you're going to go there and visit again, who knows what might happen again. So moving forward now, what do you want to see happen? Because we can't afford political attempts, because if this happens here today and they think this is purely political, we don't know how this might spiral out of control in other states.
Chamberlain, I think a lot of our governors need to go back to governance school to know about protection of the states, not about your interests. Because at the point in which we are doing that, we forgot the actual duty that they are supposed to do. At every stage in our political life, this particular set of political party were in the forefront of the struggle about being maimed, intimidated, and all. We all saw it. Now they are a beneficiary of that particular structure. Instead of them to protect it and give us a better democracy, they are killing this particular one that we managed to survive with. So, as far as I'm concerned, this particular government is actually killing democracy.
All right, that wraps it up today on the program. Yunus Satanko, thank you for your time, and we hope peace and everyone ensures that the right things are done, because we haven't even started campaigns yet.
At all.
And then we're doing this.
The truth, no investigation will be gone. No investigation will be done. No investigation will be done. The people who would have pushed for this investigation to be done are the Nigerians. But why? Everybody's living their lives. Please share your thoughts and what you think about this in the comment section.